Hi, this is Dr. Terry Kiblowski, and I'm going to share something with you that I shared with a student in my virtual meeting today, and I think it's important that everybody knows what we talked about because she asked a very good question. And that question was, how do I get started on the best practices assignment? How do I do it in the best way possible? Well, let me show you. Open up a brand new Word document and then type in your name and information about the class and put best practices project, easy for me to say, and then winter 2022, so you identify the quarter. Once you're done with that, you can just simply hit enter, and notice how I center that, and then go to insert pages, and you want a page break. That'll automatically take you down to the next page. Now when you're down at this page, what you want to do is go to project, and you're going to want to copy the title for the best practices for this week. And rather than right click on copy, I always do Control C, but you can do either one. Then go back into your Word document. Now if you just paste that in like this, it's going to look kind of stupid because you're going to get the formatting from this project. So instead of doing that, I'm going to hit redo. We go to home and we would click on not paste but paste special. So paste special unformatted text, and that way you get rid of the formatting where you don't pick up the gray area and you don't pick up the bullet. You're actually just picking up the title. And here if you want to make that a little bit larger or something of that nature, you can do that. But right now what we want to do is change from centering and go to left formatting, and then we'd want to go up here and click on the numbering format. So this gets us started for this first week. Now, then what I would probably do is probably go up here and change this to a 14 or something. You might want to bold it or whatever. And that way you've got the title for that. And then we'll go back to the standard bullet there, number 1. Now, how do you come up with your best practices? Well, the first thing you want to do is take a look at the area that we're talking about here in the class. And as you review what's going on and what we're talking about, you're looking for things that might be a good thing to put as a best practice. Now, what is a best practice? Remember, it's just a tip that you're giving to somebody that might say, hey, I understand you're taking a class and I'm going through all this kind of stuff in business. Can you give me some tips? Well, when you go through here, you might find a tip and you might see something like Code of Ethics is a part of corporate training. So that would be a good best practice. So you go ahead and say something like, make sure that corporate training includes okay, so there's your first best practice right there. Next thing we would do is go and do a search and find some articles that might help us out. Notice that Google has this thing called AdSense, and they put in their ads first. Don't fall for most of those because they are not very good. Usually they're the ones where people paid to get their stuff up there. Go past that and you usually find much better articles. So let's go down here. I'm just going to click on an article. What is corporate culture? How to build a positive environment. Well, that's what we're looking for. So what you'd want to do now is before we even do anything, once you find out, yeah, this article looks like a good article, it has some good tips in here, I think I am going to use that article. So then you're going to want to go back to your Word document. We're going to clip down here a couple of little ways, and I'm going to put the reference in. So who wrote this? It was Katie Hines. So remember, we always put in the last name first, comma, and then the initial of the author. Now, when was it actually posted? Oh, here we've got it. This is pretty easy. October 18th, 2021. Well, our date always is year first, and then October 18th. Whoops. And we put in a parentheses and then the period. And then we put in the title. Now, remember, the title is not all caps like they have. Most of the titles, when you get these articles, they have a capitalized word and everything. But we only capitalize the first word, so we would go ahead and type in, what is work culture? Question mark. And what's the second part of that? How to build a positive environment. All we need is our URL. So if we just copy that, go up to the URL and copy that, and we come down here, and if we just paste it in, you're going to get something like this. It's not giving us the right URL because it's going to give you some title. It's some fancy stuff they're putting in when you copy and paste URLs. What you want to do, again, go to paste, paste special, unformatted. So you don't want the HTML format, you want the unformatted text, and that's going to give you the actual URL that we are used to seeing with the HTTPS and so on and so on. So you just put in your APA formatted information for this article. Now let's go back up here to the bullets again, and let's see what we can find in here. So as we're going through this article, we're looking for things that we can do to get a corporate culture, a good, positive corporate culture. Just kind of run through here. Oh, finally, how to create one. Set clear department goals. So we would put that in our own words. So be sure that everyone clearly understands. Now we're talking about corporate here, so we're going to say make sure that everyone clearly understands corporate goals. And you can word it differently, but you know, it has to be in your own words. You just can't copy and paste here. And then, promote diversity and inclusivity. All right. Focus on hiring a diverse workforce. Focus on treating everyone fairly. Be inclusive when setting corporate goals. Meaning you're asking everybody for their opinions. Allow for humor. What can we do with that one? Keep things light, not too serious. Let's talk about stress. Keep things light, not too serious, to decrease stress in the corporation. Okay, what else we got? Oh, respect everyone. Respect all workers at all levels. All right, what else we got? Zero tolerance zone. Let's see what else we got. All right. Recognize everyone for good work habits or something of that nature. Okay? And we're talking about feedback. Again, as you see, I'm making these things in my own words and I'm adding just some of my own thoughts along with this. So I'm not copying and pasting here. I'm using this, what I'm reading in this article, as a guide so my thoughts come through. Be flexible. Okay, be flexible. Be flexible in helping maintain a healthy work-family balance. How's that? Okay, so these are things that would help create a very good corporate culture. And then I may look at that and I said, well, I'm not even talking about work ethics yet. So if you have more than 10, that's fine. I had some students give me 15, 20, 25 sometimes. They said, the more I got into, the more good tips I found, and I didn't want to lose those thoughts. We might say something like, when hiring, be sure that all new hires have a positive work ethic. So that's it. You're done. Now, all you have to do is we can hit delete a few times and we can bring our reference up here. Now you need at least one reference. You may find yourself getting more references, but that just completed your best practices for your discussion. Okay, now we'll go to the end of that particular page and we'll insert pages and we insert a page break. When we insert the page break, what does that do? That takes us to the next page. It adds a page. What do we put there? Well, we will simply go to our project and we'll get, this is for week 3. We'll get our week 3 title. Copy it. What are we going to do? Then we're going to just paste? No, because we paste, remember, if we actually paste, I'm using Control V, we get all that crap. We don't want to get the things from here, the gray and the bullet and all of that. So we will go ahead and not use that. And instead, I'm going to go to Home and go to Paste, Special. What do we want? Unformatted text. So that just gives us the text there. I'm going to center it, hit Enter a couple times, and then I will go ahead and make that probably a 14 and bold it, and that'll be our title. And we're down here, regular text, so I'm going to left hand, and I'm just going to click on the numbers, and we'll do the same thing each week. It's that simple. That's your primary document. So you'll have your title page already done, you'll have week 2 already done, and then you'll have week 3 already started. And you'll be doing that for each of the weeks. Make sure here that you are talking about an action item. So make sure that corporate training includes code of ethics. Be sure that everyone clearly understands corporate goals. These are action items that the leader, the manager takes. Focus on hiring. So all of these are talking about things that people need to do. So that's what a best practice is. What should they be doing? Hopefully this has been helpful for you, and it will help simplify maybe some of the confusion you have. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.